Hi guys, Chris here with the Teclast Tbook 11. So this has a 10.6-inch screen. It's 1080p, and at the moment, this particular video, I'm just going to cover everything in Android. There will be another video that will cover basically the same things, benchmarks, and then a little bit of gaming, but on the Windows side of things. So the build of the tablet, I'm quite happy with. It's quite nice, the fact that they've used that metal body all around now. And why I say now is because this model really is an upgrade of the Teclast X10 HD 3G, which was a model that was out approximately 1.5 years ago that I did actually review, that has the same screen and I think shares the same chassis. The layout of the ports definitely is the same from that model, because I do remember these awkward port placement that they had on it, because having the micro USB cable connection and the charging port up here on the top, a little bit awkward, and the 3.5mm headphone jack and our HDMI right in the middle there is a little odd. I mean, it'd be nice that it was all on the left side there, but unfortunately it isn't. That little dot there is the microphone, and then our power volume up and down buttons, they're fine. That position is good there, but you'll notice that what this tablet is lacking, here's our micro SD card slot and the speaker, is there is no full-sized USB port on here. So it is a little thinner than most tablets, maybe because of that, but I would really like to see that, and it's something that I think that Teclast should be considering, because their competition now are using full-size USB ports normally on all of their latest tablets. So the build is good. Now there will be a keyboard dock that I don't have at the moment. I don't actually think it has been released at the time of this video, that will take advantage of this 5-pin pogo port, so you'll be able to dock it into a keyboard dock. They will also give you another 2 USB 2 ports, because we still have at least the one on the top there. We can use an OTA adapter there and connect up your mouse, or you want to plug in your USB flash drive. So I did run through some benchmarks, but first I'm just going to cover a little bit on the ROM of the device, because this is really our first for Teclast, because they've gone with a stock launcher. They haven't used their horrible, bloaty, crappy T launcher that I absolutely hate, because it really does bog the system down. Not anymore. It's really good now, and it's very fast. It reminds me of Cube and Chewie's ROMs, because Chewie's ROMs and Cube's, they don't bother with their own custom launchers. They just use a basic stock Android setup, and why not? I mean, things go well with it. It's fast, the performance is good, we have all the widgets there. Doing this simple thing that I'm doing now with the old launcher that Teclast used, that would even be a little bit choppy and laggy, but it's not anymore. So they do have a over-the-air update system that is there, and I did download the little update they had there. It was only literally 8 megabytes or something. And here we have the initial free storage we get is 14.4 gigabytes. And this is the ROM after I've removed all the bloatware. It does come with at least 6 or 7 Chinese applications that are pure bloat, that aren't relevant to anyone outside of China, nor will they actually work probably outside of China. So once you get rid of them, you can see that it's quite a light ROM. So there it is. The first time you boot it up, you will be greeted with all these different bloat applications. Of course, Google Play Store is there and works just fine, no problems. So the benchmarks I did run came out quite well, because this iStorm Unlimited score is almost getting into Atom X 8500 territory, which is around 23,000 points in iStorm Unlimited, I think it was, that I managed to get. So quite a good score considering the chipset. And iStorm Extreme was maxed out, and so was iStorm, the standard test. And here is the AN22 score, 62,000. It's a good score. That's around what most Atom Z8300s with 4 gigabytes of RAM should get. And the last benchmark that I ran was Geekbench 3, which again, not a bad score for the particular chipset we have here. Now the wireless speeds, I normally get around 50 megabits per second download rates, and you'll see that I got 30 only, and the upload I normally get around 25 megabits per second, sometimes even higher, so a little slower. I'm not really too sure why that is. The tablet wasn't downloading any games or anything in the background. My PC wasn't updating on the same network. I can't really explain it. Hopefully on the Windows side of things the speeds will be a little bit better there, but slightly disappointing. And that is it for the benchmark scores that I ran. You'll see that the Windows keys not bringing us to home at all, which is a little odd because normally it does, but it seems that it hasn't been mapped out in Android. So all in all, I am really enjoying the ROM because just how fast it is now compared to, as mentioned, the stock launches that Teclast used. And let's have a look also at the sound of things. So browser performance I found to be really good. Now of course it defaults to the Teclast homepage here. I haven't loaded this in before, so this is not cached or anything. And you see that it is extremely smooth, very quick, and I have no problems with the screen as well. The screen is very responsive. You can see there's a lot of glare on the screen at the moment. I have some powerful lighting on, and I also have the screen protector on, which is going to have an impact on that. But the accuracy of the screen seems really good. It's nothing special. It's a 1080p. Personally, I would have liked to have seen a 1200p screen, which would be the 16:10 ratio. I think would have been a little nicer, slightly higher, but all in all, I mean, we do have large bezels too that you can see, obviously. A little on the larger side, but they do make it easier for holding and picking it up. But it would have been nice if they could have reduced maybe the top and bottom bezels, but I guess really they can't, considering the fact that this does come with a keyboard. That would be cutting down on unusable space for the keyboard. So very quick, very smooth. I'll just have a look and see. Here's my Jumper EasyPad unboxing to see how the speakers sound.
Hey guys, something new here today. It's a brand that I haven't unboxed before, and it's Jumper. Now this is the EasyPad 5S. The specs itself aren't really that interesting. It's their run-of-the-mill.
So YouTube videos and they work fine, and the sound, I found the speakers are quite loud, and they will probably be a little quieter within Windows. I'll test them out when I review the Windows side of things, but normally that's what happens. I think it's driver related, but they aren't actually that bad for Chinese speakers. I've definitely heard a lot worse than that. So I'll just make sure everything is cleared here and quickly show you the settings just before I move over to test out a few games and see how those perform. Okay, so it is definitely running an Android 5.1, so not Android 6 yet. I don't think we're going to see any Android 6 ROMs until maybe the end of this year. They tend to take a while to update to the latest versions, these Chinese manufacturers. And you can see that little bit of hardware information there, so it just points out the front and back cameras. 2 megapixel units, by the way. Very poor. Not really that good. They're okay for Skype though. You can make a Skype video chat call, and as long as you're in good lighting, the front one is usable. So we have a look and see running at the moment 472 megabytes of RAM in use and 3.2 gigabytes free for us. Now battery life on the Tbook 11 is approximately 5 to 6 hours. I haven't used it enough for what I would call more normal kind of use because I've been benchmarking and gaming and things on it. But if you are going to be gaming, you can definitely just halve that figure because gaming is very demanding. on both the GPU and the CPU, and that consumes a lot more energy. So gaming around 3 hours. All in all, I think this is okay kind of battery life considering the 8000 milliamp hour battery that's within it. So let's have a look at a few games here that I downloaded. Some of the more demanding ones. So check out Modern Combat. See how it runs.
Let's go. Thanks. Contact. Let's go. Company, 12 o'clock. Strike 2, this is Munner. Advance to extraction point B. Over. You heard him. Come on.
And this is Real Racing 3. And this last title I'm going to test out is Mortal Kombat X.
Sub-Zero. You have eyes, but will not see. I will see you die.
Alright, so you can see from that it does handle gaming really well. There was just really no point for me to download any other games. As far as I can tell, it's going to play everything really well, and it's definitely helped by the fact that it only has a 1080p screen, and you're not driving a Super Retina panel, or Retina panel, which is more demanding on the Intel graphics, of course. So all in all, I am definitely liking this tablet. The build quality is good, sound is loud in Android, so all that's left now is for me to then focus and have a look in more depth at the Windows side of things. So keep an eye on the playlist because I will have a video for that coming up shortly. Thank you for watching and hopefully see you back in the channel with more up and coming videos on tech from China.